High in the central highlands of Afghanistan, nestled among the rugged peaks of the Hindu Kush, lives a people known as the Hazara. These mountains, with their imposing heights and treacherous paths, have been both a sanctuary and a challenge for the Hazara people. The Hindu Kush, with its snow-capped peaks and deep valleys, forms a natural fortress that has shaped the lives and culture of the Hazara for generations. For centuries, they have called this unforgiving terrain their home, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the mountains. The land, though harsh and demanding, provides them with sustenance and a sense of belonging. The Hazara people have developed unique agricultural practices suited to the high-altitude environment, growing crops and tending to livestock in ways that have been passed down through the ages. Their history, much like the landscape they inhabit, is a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, sorrow, and an enduring spirit. The mountains have witnessed their joys and sorrows, their triumphs and tribulations. Each generation of Hazara has added its own chapter to this ongoing story, a story that is as rugged and enduring as the peaks that surround them. The Hazara people, with their distinct language and culture, carry within them a rich heritage, passed down through generations. Their traditions, from music and dance to storytelling and craftsmanship, are vibrant expressions of their identity. Elders play a crucial role in preserving this heritage, teaching the younger generations about their history, values, and customs. Their story, however, is one that has been tragically overshadowed by a long and brutal history of persecution. From the time of the Mongol invasions to the more recent conflicts in Afghanistan, the Hazara have faced relentless oppression. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is a testament to their strength and determination. The Hazara, easily identifiable by their distinct features, have long been marginalized and targeted for their ethnicity and faith. Their unique physical characteristics, which set them apart from other ethnic groups in Afghanistan, have often made them targets of discrimination and violence. Despite this, they have maintained a strong sense of identity and community. This religious difference has been a significant factor in the persecution they have faced. Their faith is a central part of their identity, providing them with a sense of purpose and community. This difference, coupled with their physical appearance often linked to Central Asian ancestry, has made them vulnerable to prejudice and violence. Their Central Asian features are a testament to their historical roots, connecting them to a broader cultural and historical context that extends beyond the borders of Afghanistan. Over the centuries, they have endured waves of persecution, displacement, and unspeakable atrocities, leaving an indelible mark on their collective memory. The scars of these experiences are visible in the stories they tell, the songs they sing, and the way they live their lives. Despite being uprooted from their homes and forced to seek refuge in foreign lands, the Hazara have always found ways to rebuild and continue their traditions. Despite the hardships they have faced, the Hazara people have clung fiercely to their identity and their hope for a brighter future. Education is highly valued in their community, seen as a pathway to empowerment and a better life. Cultural festivals and celebrations are occasions for the Hazara to come together, reaffirm their bonds, and celebrate their heritage. They are known for their resilience, their warmth, and their unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. The sense of community among the Hazara is strong, with families and neighbors supporting each other through thick and thin. Their hospitality is renowned, and they take pride in their ability to welcome and care for guests. Their story is one of human endurance, a testament to the power of the human spirit to survive even in the darkest of times. The Hazara have shown that even in the face of overwhelming odds, it is possible to persevere and maintain one's dignity and humanity. Their journey is a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience that lies within us all. It is a story that demands to be heard, a call for understanding and empathy that echoes across the mountains they call home. The Hazara's experiences offer valuable lessons about the importance of tolerance, compassion, and the need to stand against injustice. As we listen to their story, we are reminded of our shared humanity and the enduring power of hope. To understand the plight of the Hazara people, one must journey back in time to the 19th century, a period that marked a turning point in their history. This era was not just a mere chapter in the annals of time, but a significant epic that would shape the destiny of the Hazara community for generations to come. It was during this era, under the rule of Emir Abdur Rahman Khan, that the Hazara people faced a systematic campaign of persecution that would forever alter their fate. Emir Abdur Rahman Khan, often referred to as the Iron Emir, sought to consolidate his power and viewed the Hazaras, with their distinct ethnic and religious identity, as a threat to his rule. Accused of rebellion and viewed with suspicion by the ruling elite, they became targets of a brutal campaign aimed at subjugating and displacing them. The Hazaras, predominantly Shia Muslims in a predominantly Sunni country, were seen as outsiders and were subjected to severe discrimination and violence. The forces of Emir Abdur Rahman Khan swept through the Hazarajat, the central highlands where the Hazara people were concentrated. These highlands, known for their rugged beauty and strategic importance, became the battleground for a series of violent military campaigns. Villages were razed, homes destroyed, and countless Hazaras were killed or driven from their ancestral lands. The devastation was widespread, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. Families were torn apart, and the very fabric of Hazara society was ripped to shreds. The lucky ones managed to escape across the border into neighboring countries, seeking refuge from the violence that had engulfed their homeland. These refugees faced an uncertain future, often living in harsh conditions and struggling to rebuild their lives in foreign lands. This exodus marked the beginning of the Hazara Diaspora, scattering their community across the globe. From the Middle East to South Asia, and even to the far reaches of the Western world, the Hazaras sought new beginnings while carrying the weight of their tragic past. The brutality of this period left an indelible scar on the Hazara psyche. The trauma of these events was not just physical, but deeply psychological, affecting the collective consciousness of the Hazara people. The stories of massacres, forced displacement, and systematic discrimination were passed down through generations, becoming an integral part of their collective memory. These narratives, often shared through oral traditions, served as a reminder of their resilience and the enduring spirit of their community. The 19th century marked the beginning of a long and dark chapter for the Hazara people, one characterized by systemic oppression and a constant struggle for survival. Despite the immense challenges, the Hazaras have continued to persevere, holding on to their identity and heritage with unwavering determination. Their history is a testament to their strength and resilience in the face of adversity. The 20th century, unfortunately, brought little respite from the suffering endured by the Hazara people. This ethnic merely residing in the central highlands of Afghanistan has a long history of persecution and marginalization. Their distinct ethnic and religious identity has often made them targets of systemic discrimination and violence. Despite the changing political landscape of Afghanistan, they continued to face discrimination and violence. Various regimes came and went, each promising change, yet the Hazara community's plight remained largely unchanged. They were often caught in the crossfire of political upheavals, their suffering exacerbated by the instability that plagued the nation. Their plight largely ignored by those in power, the Hazaras found themselves marginalized in every aspect of life. Government officials, preoccupied with their own agendas, often turned a blind eye to the suffering of this community. The lack of political will to address their issues left the Hazaras in a perpetual state of vulnerability. They were denied equal opportunities, access to education and healthcare, and their voices were systematically silenced. Hazara children struggled in underfunded schools, while their families faced inadequate healthcare facilities. The systemic neglect they experienced was a stark reminder of their marginalized status in society. The rise of the Taliban in the 1990s further exacerbated their suffering. The Taliban's extremist ideology viewed the Hazara as heretics, leading to a brutal campaign of persecution against them. The Taliban's rise to power marked one of the darkest periods in Hazara history. The Taliban, with their extremist ideology, viewed the Hazara as heretics, subjecting them to some of the most horrific atrocities in their history. The Taliban's campaign against the Hazaras was marked by extreme violence and brutality, aimed at eradicating their presence, subjecting them to some of the most horrific atrocities in their history. The Taliban's actions included massacres, forced conversions, and widespread human rights abuses. Entire villages were decimated, and countless lives were lost in the Taliban's ruthless campaign. Massacres, forced conversions, and widespread human rights abuses became commonplace in areas under Taliban control. The Hazaras were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in safer regions or even outside the country. The trauma of this period left deep scars on the community. The world watched in horror as reports emerged of mass graves, summary executions, and the systematic persecution of a people simply for their ethnicity and faith. International organizations condemned the Taliban's actions, but the response was often too little, too late. The systematic persecution of a people simply for their ethnicity and faith drew global attention. Yet the international community struggled to provide effective intervention. The Hazaras' plight became a symbol of the broader human rights crisis in Afghanistan. Even after the fall of the Taliban regime in 2001, the Hazara community continued to face significant challenges. The end of Taliban rule brought a glimmer of hope, but the road to recovery was fraught with obstacles. Rebuilding their lives and communities required immense resilience and determination. While there were some improvements, particularly in access to education and healthcare, the progress was slow and uneven. Hazara children began to attend schools, and healthcare facilities saw some enhancements, but the scars of past persecution were not easily healed. They remained targets of violence and discrimination. Despite the progress, the Hazaras continued to face threats from various extremist groups. Protests and appeals for justice were met with limited success, as the underlying issues of discrimination persisted. The rise of extremist groups, coupled with the fragile security situation in Afghanistan, left them vulnerable to attacks, kidnappings, and targeted killings. The Hazaras' struggle for equality and security remains an ongoing battle as they continue to endure persecution in a land they have called home for centuries. The relentless cycle of violence and discrimination in Afghanistan has forced generations of Hazaras to flee their homeland, seeking safety and a future free from persecution. This mass exodus has created a vast Hazara diaspora, with communities scattered across the globe, from Iran and Pakistan to Europe, North America, and Australia. Leaving behind their ancestral land is a heart-wrenching decision, fraught with anguish and uncertainty. Many Hazaras embark on perilous journeys, risking their lives in search of a safe haven for themselves and their children. They face treacherous land routes, often at the mercy of smugglers, and endure dangerous sea voyages in overcrowded boats, their hopes clinging to the promise of a better tomorrow. Despite the challenges of starting anew in unfamiliar lands, the Hazara diaspora has demonstrated remarkable resilience and determination. They have held on to their language, their culture, and their traditions, passing them down to their children, ensuring that their heritage continues to thrive. Many have achieved success in their adopted countries, becoming doctors, lawyers, teachers, and entrepreneurs, contributing positively to their new communities.
Hit subscribe. Like what you see? Smash that like button, drop a comment, and share the love. Subscribe for more awesome content.